one and all. I, Harshdeep Kaur, on behalf of Department of Business Management, Khalsa College for Women, extend a very warm welcome to Madam Shweta Chugh. Madam Shweta is an assistant professor at Khalsa College for Women. She has published his numerous papers in national and international journals. Today, her theme for discussion is using Excel for data analysis. We welcome you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Harsh. Thank you for such a wonderful welcome. Okay, good morning, students. So today I am here to present before you. Today I am here to present before you the presentation on Microsoft Excel. I hope my screen is visible. Harsh, can you please help me?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. It is visible.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am,
am I
you are
audible
audible.
also?
Yes, ma'am, you are
Okay,
audible.
fine. Okay, fine. Just give a second. I'll go for slideshow. Okay. So today I am going to present with you the Microsoft Excel, which includes the introduction to spreadsheet programs and data analysis. Before starting this session, I just want to know whether the students, those who are attending this workshop, are aware about the basic functions of Excel. Can you please post your responses in the chat box so that I can see? Students, are you aware? Okay, yes. Okay, fine. Few more responses so that I can proceed further. Okay, fine. So I think maximum students are aware about the basic function of spreadsheet. So I'm just skipping these things, right? So as you already told me that you are aware, so I'm not going into the detailed process that how we start with the Excel and all these things. This is just a basic slide which shows the various cells and workbook and pointers of a spreadsheet. Now as you all are aware, so I'm leaving this portion. Right? So whenever we want to work in spreadsheet, what we have to do, we have to choose a cell. Cell means, you can see on my screen, this is a highlighted portion. So this is my cell. Cell here means, okay, fine. So, you can see here there are a number of rows, and rows can be represented in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number, and columns in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So whenever you want to choose a cell, every cell in Excel window has a name, right? So name here shows that if I am selecting this cell at F column and this appears in 4th row, you can see here that it is highlighted. So F4 is the name of the cell. So every cell has its name. Like if we select this cell, so this cell has a name of A1. This is the basic thing which every student want to know, because when I start with hands-on training, then I will just mention the name of the cell and you will, I hope you will understand at that time. Okay, next. So working in spreadsheet, whenever you want to work in spreadsheet, you can work in 3 sections. 3 type of data can be fed in spreadsheet: text, which can be in numeric value, which doesn't have any numeric value, means in alphabets. Numbers, they have their specific numeric value. And third is formulas. Formulas, they are used for calculations as if we use in calculator. But we use in Excel the more advanced formulas. Okay, so you can enter the data by clicking on any of the cell. And cutting and pasting, these are the common functions. I might think you might be aware of all these things. Copy paste, simple as we do in doc file. So when you want to select the cell, what you have to do, you just have to select the cell where you just click on the cell to which you want to select, and you expand your selection to how many numbers of cell you want. जितने मर्जी cell आप इसमें एक time पे select कर सकते हैं. Next, we have adding row and column. As simple as that. If you want to add row, you will do. If you want to add a row after D, so you just click on D, press the right button of your mouse. This I will show you practically in Excel sheet. This is just a presentation for simple overview. And their option is there, insert. And when you press the button of insert, a new column is inserted. In this, hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, fine. And in the same way, if you want to insert the row, you just have to click on any of the row and you will insert the row in the same process. Okay, so deleting row and column, you have this delete button also here, or you just simply select the row or a column and press the right button of the mouse and you click the delete option. Okay, next. Now finding the right size. Right size here means that you can adjust the height of the row or the width of the column as per your convenience, right? Jitna bhi aap chahte hai, if your material, whatever you have written in text form or in figure form, if it is not to fit in a particular cell, that you can expand the size also. This I will show you later. Okay. Next we have from A to Z, sorting. Sorting can also be done. Whenever you go to home option, there you see this command of sort and filter. Sort A to Z means that you can sort in ascending order. Sort Z to A means you can sort in descending order. And third is custom sort. Custom sort here means, because whenever you apply for first two options, the Excel by default will sort the data as per A column. And if you want to sort the column with any sort the sheet with any other column or row, then you have to click on custom sort. These are the three basic functions और ये हमें बहुत जरूरी होते हैं whenever we want to do work in Excel. So editing the spreadsheet, you can see here this is a spreadsheet, right? And you यहाँ पे आप देखिए, if you see at the bottom of the sheet, you will get here sheet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can add n number of sheets to particular worksheet. And you can also give name to these sheets. This I will show you because I have made number of sheets in my presentation which explains you the step-by-step demonstration. Okay, you can save the book, simple. You can add chart graphs also. And performing mathematical tasks. This is the main thing which we want to cover today. Mathematical task includes, means that formulas can be added or functions can be added in Excel sheet so that your calculations, your analysis can be done in a easier way. One thing, girls, you must keep in mind that every formula in Excel can be started with equals to sign. Unless until you will not put this equals to sign in front of your formula, you will not able to give command to the Excel. So this is the most important thing. Formula, this I will explain you. You can do adds, subtract, less, whatever you want to do, you can do this by simple inserting the formula by this formula tab. Okay. So I think we must go for hands-on training. I will start with that. Any query if you have till now, you can ask me. Any query. If any student want to ask the basic functions of this Excel, you can ask me. Okay, no, fine. Okay, so we will continue with data analysis process director. See, as you are going for this training process, okay, please ask for sorting. Okay, sorting, I will let you know better. Just wait a second. Sorting here means, now this is my Excel sheet. I have opened my Excel sheet in my window. You can see here, this is my Excel sheet. I have clicked here. Now you can see I have selected this part. The highlighted portion shows that this is my column. See, H is highlighted with orange color here. And 4 is highlighted, 4th row is highlighted with orange color. This shows that this, hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
your
Harsh?
PPT is not visible.
No, I am giving the live, okay. Excel sheet is not visible?
No, ma'am. It's
Okay,
not properly visible.
okay. Just a second. Now is it visible?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
But I have shared the Excel sheet.
Data
Yes.
file is visible.
It's Excel sheet. Yes, serial number, gender, age, qualification.
Yeah, this is visible, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Harsh. Okay, so you can see if I click on any of the part of the page, suppose I click here. See, I clicked here. This cell is highlighted. You can see on my screen. You can see here that H column is highlighted and 4th row is highlighted. This shows that the name of this cell is H4, right? Okay, if I click here, can you please tell me what is the name of this cell in the chat box? Quickly, girls. I will explain the basic functions. Okay, Arshita, okay, it's A7, K7. I have clicked here. Yes, this is K7. Okay, fine, you are right. This cell is K7. Thank you for responding, girls. Very attentive audience. I must appreciate Pooja ma'am for this. Okay, so this is K7. So 2 students has asked me the queries. That first is asking about the sorting and another is asking about the basic functions. Okay, I will come to functions, but I have not yet started. I will come to that. sorting. You can see on this page here. See, the portion I have highlighted, this is sort, right? Okay, I'll show you in a new sheet. Just a second. See, this is my sheet. This is my blank sheet. I will write here roll number 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? I have written these 8 roll numbers. But you can see here कि मैंने इसे कोई order नहीं दिया है. And I will write here name. A, B, C, G, E, K, D, and Y. Suppose these are the name of the students, right? Now, if I want to sort the data as per roll numbers, you can see here that the roll numbers are not in order. What I will do, I will just simply select, either you will select these 2 columns or you can press Control A. Control A will select your whole sheet. You can see that the sheet of my color changes from white to gray, right? Press here sort. If you press here sort and press A to Z, sort A to Z, now you see my roll numbers are in ascending order. Okay. And if you press here sort Z to A, my roll numbers are in descending order. Clear? Now I will insert one column here. Let's see. I will write serial number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This may get confused with, okay. I'll change the roll number. 101, 103, 102, 104, 106, 105, 107, and 108. So these are my roll numbers. You can see here, guys, right? So these are my roll numbers. Okay. So now if I want to, अगर मैं बेटा ये पूरी sheet आपकी select कर लेती हूँ, तो अगर मैं if I go for sort smallest to largest is already there, I go for largest to smallest. You see here कि यहाँ पे आपका serial number के according ही sort हुआ है, because this is the first column, and I told you earlier also, whenever you give the command of first 2 options of sort, then it will by default select the first column A. Now if I go for sort smallest to largest, you can see here, but the roll numbers are not in sequence, right? Now I want that my roll numbers should be in sequence. What I will do, I will select my sheet, I will go to custom sort. Custom sort means I can choose the things as per my convenience. I want my sheet to be arranged as per roll number. So I will click here, sort by. We have roll number option here. I will click here. I either want to go for ascending order or either for descending, whatever I want. Okay, as per the needs and requirement. If I press OK, now you see my roll numbers are sorted, but serial numbers are not. You see here 1, 3, 2, 4, 6, 5, because I have given the command to sort my data as per roll numbers. Now if I want, my serial numbers were also sorted, so it's not possible कि हम 2 columns को इकट्ठा sort करें. Now we have only 8 figures, so it's easy to write 1, 2, 3, 4. It's easy to write, right? But if we have more than that, if we have more data, then what we should do? If suppose we have 100 entries, then what we should do? We can't write 1 to 100. What we will do? We will write just first 3 or first 2. Fill the first 2 columns, 1, 2, 3. Select these 3 columns. When you select these 3 columns, you see that the bold border appear outside these cells. And we have see this sign. There is a square sign at the bottom of this shaded portion. Now you see here that your cursor is of plus shape. When you come to this point, see the shape of your cursor changes. Now it exactly in plus, and what you have to do, you just have to put your cursor here, click on the left side of your mouse and drag it down to n numbers. जहां तक आप जाना चाहे आपका वहां तक by default ये serial number की continuity हो जाएगी, right? One more thing. Now if you have a sheet which is very if you have data which is very huge and you have 200 to 250 data, then there is one command through which you can easily by just clicking this point, see this where my cursor changes, you just have to click here, left button of your mouse, double click the same. See, जहां तक आपका डाटा है अगर अगले कॉलम में, आपका फर्स्ट कॉलम वहां तक नंबर ले जाएगा. Clear? If you are using your cell phones for your presentation, I request you to go for hands-on training on Excel sheet. Only then you will come to know about these functions in a better form. Okay? Because side by side, if you do practice, then you will come to know how to implement these things, and how to you can also resolve your queries with me simultaneously. Okay? So this is the function of sort. I hope now this is clear to you, the student who asked me the query. Okay, so I will come to the first sheet of my presentation. See this. This is my first sheet. Now what is here? Okay, fine. Now what is here? See, whenever you want to do any kind of analysis, or you want to do any kind of research, either for your research project for BBA, or for your post graduation, or for your higher education qualification, what you have to do, you have to collect the primary data if you are doing research in a primary field. There are two types of data. This you have already discussed, primary and secondary. But whenever you collect the data in a primary field, you have to go for questionnaire method. And the first and the foremost point is in questionnaire is that you have to collect the demographic information of the respondents. So this is just a brief demographic information which I have collected for myself, for my research. So this is just simply I have collected here the data of 50 respondents. You can see here, there are 50 respondents. What I have given here that in demographic profile, I include gender, age, educational qualification, occupation, and monthly income, right? So you can see here I have given codes to these two. Codes here will help us to categorize the data in a easier way. So whenever we give categories to the data, we say that categorical data is there. This is my categorical data. The data to which I divide into different categories, like this gender. So I will write here gender means you can say here that females. Female for 1, I will click here 1 for female and 2 for male. 2 for male. So मैंने इस category में B column में what I have given 1 means female and 2 means male. Now is it possible to count how many 1 are there? Yes, because the data is very less. It is just only of 50 respondents, and we have only handful of data which are from female sites, right? So if we can easily calculate, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 10, and let me see. Okay, fine. So we have 10. Number 1, 10. So I can write here 10. Means I have 10 females. So total respondent in my data is 50. So how many males? I can easily write it as 40. Simple. But this cannot be possible when we collect the data on a large scale. Let's say I am collecting the data for 300 respondents. So it's not possible for me to calculate manually. So in that case, I will use a mathematical formula. Now, what is that? So very simple. As I told you earlier that every formula in Excel always start with equals to sign. So I will put equals to sign here. Now what I have to do? I have to count. So what I will do? I will write COUNT, count. If is written here because I have to categorize the data. If I will not write if, I'll show you that also. Okay, I will write count. So when you write count, in that case, the formula will appear on your screen. This show count, count A, count black, count if, count IFS. These all are different formulas in Excel for counting. But we will go for only 2 formulas which are used by you in the coming days, right? For your research project. Rest if you got the opportunity to learn, then that you can do in advanced level. So count. If I write here word count, so every formula when we have to write, I'll start with equals to, then I will give the command count, and then I'll start with bracket. Now see, when I put bracket, you see here, by default formula appears on my screen. This shows value 1, comma value 2, comma so on. So मुझे अगर count करना है, किसको count करना है? B column. So I have to count the variables of B column. So what I will do, my first figure is in cell B2. So what I will do, I will click on this cell. See, the moment I click on this cell, B2 appear here. You can see on my screen. B2 appears on my screen. Now, I have to calculate the data of total B column. So what I will do, I will select this cell and drag it down till my last value, till 50th response, till this. Now you see. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, I'll do it again. See. Just a second. Okay, now it will be visible to you. See. I hope it is, I have zoomed enough so that you can easily see that. See, is equals to count B2 to B51. Why B51? Because the response of 50th respondent was there in cell 50. See here. Okay. See, this is the response of 50th respondent and this is in 51 row. It's in 51st row. So that's why the formula appears here is B2 to B51 because I am counting the variables. Now, you can see here, this is my formula bar. See this one. My formula by default appear here when I write any formula in any cell. Now, if I press enter, this will show me 50. Now, what you can easily understand from here that formula count means that I have to count the total number in my sheet. So, but this will not apply here because I have to calculate only females. So what I will do, I will write is equals to count if. So I will put sign of bracket, right? Count if means I have to count only one category of respondent. Now again, I will select from B2 to B51. I have selected this on the page. Now you can see here count if range. Range shows the range in which my data is there. That is B2 to B51. Next, comma. We have to put comma here. Criteria. Criteria means which category we want to sort. I want to sort 1 because I have given code 1 for female. I will close the bracket and press enter. Now see, you will get the answer 10. Clear? This shows that you have 10 females in column B, or you can see, you can say that there are 10 females who responded to your questionnaire. In the same way, we do for males also. Equals to count if, I will write here B2, you can also type to B51, right? Comma, 2, bracket close, enter, 40. Now you see here, you will get a total of 50. Clear? Now, if I want a total here, what I will do is equals to, I want to go for total. You can do either count, which I have told you earlier, B2 to B51 and enter, you will get 50, or another thing is, or how another formula. You can make a total of these two. By how? You can go for sum. This is another formula. You are adding the figures. Sum, start bracket, click on this cell 10. Now 10 value is in cell J and 2. By default it comes here J2. And another cell is this J3. So J2 is to J3. Bracket close, enter, you will get 50. So these are the two formulas. So from where you will get a total. Now this formula will apply only when you have these two figures. You can't go for sum for this figure. If you do, then see what will be the result. Sum B2 to B51. Now see, what will be the result? 90. What the system has done, it has done 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 and so on. इस केस में उसने सारे बी कॉलम में जितने भी वैल्यूज थे उन सबको ऐड कर दिया है. So this is my wrong answer. I want total number of respondents on my sheet. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So from this, now we have to make a histogram. How you will do that? I have to go for histogram. So in that case, what I will do, I will set these columns because I want histogram for female and male. I will go to insert tab. You can see here, home, insert, page layout, formula, data, review, view, developer. These all tabs have different functions in them. So I go to insert tab. I'll go to column because I want a histogram. So I click here. Now you can see. See, you will get male, you will get females. Male ka number hai 10 and female ka number hai 40. You can change the layout of your charts also. See, you can change here. Instead of chart title, you can write respondents. Okay, anything, whatever you want. You can delete this also. Series, delete. Again, you can change whatever you want to do. You can choose the style or the layout of the chart, whatever you want. See, यहाँ पे उसने clearly बता दिया number भी. So this is according to you. Whatever you want, you can change the layout of the chart, which suits you, which you like is the most appropriate to explain your data. Is this clear, girls? In the same way, we can go for qualification, occupation, and monthly income. Okay, so any queries till now? Harsh, can you please moderate the session?
Sure, ma'am. Girls, if you have any query, then you can ask.
I think so. No queries there in the chat box, right?
Yeah, ma'am. There is no query.
Okay, fine. No issues. So we can proceed further. This is the first part of my presentation, that how to make a histogram and how to make a frequency, how to calculate the frequency, and on the basis of that we can go for histogram. Then the same way you can go for age, because you can see here 1, 2, 4. 4 is the maximum number. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go for count if, bracket, select the range, comma, 1. Press enter. Okay, I'll show you one more. Is equals to count if, bracket, you select the range. Now I'm going for age. This is age, right? And what you want to select? You want to go for first stage. First stage is, what I have covered is respondents between 25 to 35. I close the bracket and press enter. Now I have 14 respondents who belongs to first category of age, that is 25 to 35. This I have already feed it for my research purpose. That's why I am explaining you this thing. Second is 35 to 45. In the same way, you can calculate for this also. Fine. So, okay, we can proceed further to next. Frequency. Now, this is my second point, which I am going to discuss with you. This is the exact form with how you can collect the data through the questionnaire. Suppose you are studying the study habits of students during lockdown. What do you want? Suppose 78 respondents, you have mixed data. They are saying every day 78, once a week 45, only before exam 67. You can take any number. I have just written randomly. That's not an issue. You can go for anything. So on the basis of this, what I have to do, first of all, agar meko banane hai on the basis of class intervals. Class intervals means cumulative frequency, continuous series ke basis pe if I want to make a graph, then what I will do? See, in a subject of BCom second year, there is a business mathematics and statistics. So students have to go for making a graph for continuous data also. So this is the best way how to find out the frequency for continuous data and how to plot a graph for that particular information. Okay, so what I will do, first of all, I will calculate the highest value and lowest value. So now you see, girls, highest value is in cell D2, but the alphabets LUE are coming in second cell. If I write here something, then you will not able to see this value. So what I will do, I will come to this part and double click. You see, the cursor will change. I will come to this part and double click. See, by this column width will expand automatically to the size of the words written in that column. Clear? So highest value. How to calculate highest value? Again, there is a formula in Excel. You can see here this formula bar, formula tab. You just click here. See, auto sum. Number of formulas are here. Logical, recently used, which I have used. Text, potential, then look up maths, more functions, statistical functions. We will go for this part today. So first of all, we have to calculate highest value. So when I click this is equals to, oh sorry, auto sum, what I will get? Max. Max means maximum value in my data, and min here means lowest or minimum value in my data. Clear? So either I can press this, right? Or
Hello, ma'am. Your voice is not clear.
I'm not audible? Harsha, I'm not audible?
Now you are audible, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can you please tell me from where I will start? Where I have to start?
From the
last
formula.
step?
From
Okay,
the formula bar.
Okay, fine. So whenever you want to go for, whenever you want to calculate the highest value, you have to find out the highest value from this data. What you will do, either you go to auto sum. First of all, you have to select the cell where you want to apply the formula. You have to go to auto sum and click on this. You see here, their max word is given. This shows the maximum value in my data. And min here shows the minimum value in my data. Either you click on the word max. When you click on max, then the formula will by default appear on your screen. Just you have to change the range. It's from B2 to D2, but I don't want B2 to D2. I want to go for B2 to B19. So I just click here. I will go B19 and then press enter. You will get the maximum value in my data is 90. You can also see here because few responses are there. See, 90. 90 is the highest value. If you are not aware to come from here, you can simply put is equals to max. You can select these cells, close the bracket, press enter. You will get the same response. अगर आपको formula याद है तो आप manually कर सकते हैं. Otherwise, you can come to this auto sum option and then you can apply the formula. The result will be same. Okay. So for minimum is equals to min bracket. Select the range, close the bracket and press enter. 23. Right? Or from here, min cell is, I don't want to choose E3. My data is from this to this. Press enter. Result will be same. Clear? So this is my highest value and this is my lowest value. Now my class intervals would be somehow related to this. So if I go for class interval, right? So 23 is the minimum size. So obviously the size of class interval with the lower limit of the class interval should be less than 6. I go for 21 to 30. Okay. Then 31 to 40. Then 41 to 50. 51 to 60. 61 to 70. 71 to 80. 81 to 90. Right? 90 would be the maximum because the highest value is 90. So these are my class intervals. I can make the modifications in my data as per my requirements. I can go for bold option or italic option, whatever I want, I can do, right? Okay, so this is my class interval. Now, next thing what you have to do, you have to write here word bin. Now, what is bin? I'll let you know. Bin shows the highest upper class limit of your interval. So we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. This is my upper class limit. Bin shows the upper class limit of my intervals, right? So we have 21 to 30 class interval. I will write here 30. If I have 31 to 40, then I can write 40. So this shows the upper limit of my class intervals. I will give the term bin. Now, why bin? That this I will show you in the formula. Now, come to next column where we have to apply. Now, one most important thing, girls, that whenever we want to go for data analysis in Excel, the most important function is of data analysis. Now, if you are working on your system, what you have to do, you just have to go to this data tab. Click on this tab. When you click on this tab, you see whether you have data analysis here or not. Just quickly tell me in the chat box whether you have data analysis or not. Whether you have data analysis tab on your screen or not, whether you will be able to see that or not. Muskan is saying yes. It means you have already worked on that. That's why it is yes. Because whenever you, if you have not used this function of data analysis, means ये आपकी यहाँ पे नहीं होनी चाहिए अगर आपने आज से पहले data analysis use नहीं किया तो. Right? Okay, I will tell you because there may be some students who are not using their laptops. So later on, they will come to know how to get this stuff. No, okay, fine. I'll let you know. Whenever you use this data analysis for the first time or you are using the Excel sheet for the first time, you can't find this data analysis here. Mind this, remember this, girls. You can't find this data analysis over here. So आपको इसको लेकर आना पड़ेगा. Only then do the analysis in your Excel in a shorter and a quicker way. Right now, how to get this tab? Go to this file option. You go to this file option. Okay. You see new, open, save. But at the end of the page, you can see here we have Excel options. Okay. Click on this Excel options. When you click on this Excel options, a pop-up window will appear. A new window will appear. What you have to do, you have to click on this add-ins. Click add-ins. This will show you the packs you have already installed in your Excel. Now, last, at the bottom of the page, you see here manage. Manage Excel add-ins. Excel add-ins means it is just like whenever you want any application on your phone, you just go to Simply Play Store, or those who have Apple Store, those who have Apple phone, they go to Apple Store. So this is just like that. You want an add-on feature in your Excel sheet, you have to go to Excel add-ins and click OK. Go. Now, this is the tool packs available to you, which you can use in Excel to simplify your calculations. So I have already ticked Analysis Tool Pack, Analysis Tool Pack VBA. You can click these two options. As it is already installed in my system, so it is already ticked here also. Then I click OK. Once you click OK, you will see data analysis will appear under the data tab. Clear? So now, because we are going for data analysis, what I will do, I will click on data and then data analysis. When I click on data analysis, you see the analysis page, the tools will appear. जो Excel में tools है, they will appear on my screen. Now what I have to do? I have to click on histograms. This there we have histograms. See, is it? I hope its screen is visible to you. Histogram.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, thank you, Harsh. Histogram. Once you click on histogram, then press OK. Once you click OK, see this screen. This again a new window will appear on your screen. Now input range. Input range here means the data where you have stored the data. So my input range is this. I will select this B2 to B19. By default, it will come here. Right now, bin range. See, I have given the name bin, the upper class limit. That's why I have used this name bin. So what I will do, I will click here, bin, and select these cells, these 7 cells. Or what you can do, one thing I want, this is labels. Labels means you also want that your title of the cells will also be there, either scores or pin. So what I will do, I will delete this, both the cells. I will calculate scores. Scores से start करके आप range last तक लेके जाएंगे. B1, cell B1 is scores. And for bin also, bin to 90. Now, if you are also selecting the title part also, means bin or score, then you have to click here labels. This shows that first cell of both the ranges is label. And we are not playing with those cells. We are just only playing with the numerical values. Clear? Okay. Next option is output options. Output option here means where you want to get the result. Whether you want on the same sheet, new workbook or new worksheet, right? I want my result will be appear on this sheet only. I click on output range. Now, if I click on output range, this cell will be highlighted. Now, where I want result, I want my result in L1, see, or L2. I'll click here L2. Oh, sorry. Just a second. I'll click here and click here L2. Means this shows that the result of my analysis will appear on this particular sheet in column L2. Now what I will do, I will click OK. Okay, I will also do chart output. मुझे chart output भी चाहिए. Clear? मुझे chart output भी चाहिए, that I will show you. Okay. Now I will click OK. See. You can see this. Bin 30 to 90. You can see here, bin is 30 to 90. Frequency. One respondent in this age, in this particular class interval. 0 respondent in this class interval. 1 respondent in this. And 8 respondents in the highest class interval. And you can also see the histogram because मैंने वहाँ पे chart की option भी डाल दी थी, chart output. So I can see the histogram here. Clear? Now we can get frequency, we can get histogram, and whenever you want to show these results in your report, you can't copy paste these cells. You have to do some modifications. What you will do, you will select the frequency. Select this frequency till 8. Select this frequency till 8. You just copy it down, paste anywhere on your sheet. I just paste it here, right? Select the class intervals, paste it here. Clear? You can do the modifications as per your requirement. You can increase or decrease the size of whatever value you want. Okay, so this is my class interval. This is my frequency. And this is my histogram. So you can click here and you can change. I don't want the word histogram here. So what I will do, I will write here the, you can see here the scores. Scores नहीं आएगा यहाँ पे histogram. Okay, histogram of let's say BBA students, right? Histogram of BBA students. You can write here, or you can write here information or data of BBA students. Whatever you want to write, you can write. Bin. Now what is this? Bin is what? This is class intervals. Class intervals, right? And this is my frequency, or you can write here scores also. You just have to delete and you just have to paste. Now delete this frequency. You can increase or decrease the size of this graph also. And again, you can change the layout. You can change the layout of your graph. Whatever you want, you can do accordingly. Whatever. According to whatever you want, whatever you like, you can change it accordingly. Okay, now I hope this point is clear to you. This is my second portion, which is frequency on the basis of cumulative class intervals, right? Any query till now, or I can proceed further? Okay. Fine. I hope students are doing practice simultaneously. Only then the concept will be clear to them. So this is my second point, second topic. Now come to third. Third is descriptive. Third is descriptive here means how you want to, when you want to calculate these basic statistical functions. You can go for descriptive analysis. Suppose this is my data set, right? Whenever you do statistics or measures of central tendency or dispersion, you will apply these formulas. But for that, what you have to do, you have to do enormous amount of calculations, right? But in Excel, you are not supposed to do even a single calculation. The whole work is done by this sheet, by simply applying the formula. Right? So this is my data set. As you can see, this data set includes only 20, 4 to 23. So only 20 figures. So I can easily write 20 here. And I have already told you how to calculate. Is equals to count and select your range. Select your range. Press enter. So 20 is the number. I have the data of 20 students or 20 respondents. Now to calculate mean. When you want to calculate mean in measures of central tendency, you have to apply formula for individual series summation x upon n. Right? So यहाँ पे आपने क्या करना है? Because what is mean? Mean is just simply an average. Average of the information. Average of the data. What you will do? You will write is equals to average and you will select the range. Close the bracket, press enter. You will get the value of mean. Or another thing, if अगर आपको formulas नहीं याद रहते, in that case you go to this formula tab, auto sum को click करेंगे, you have average option here. Press average. Press average. Now select the cells, select the range. I have selected this range. Press enter. The response will be same because here I have manually typed the formula and here the same formula is given in the system and I applied that. Right? Now median. As you can see here, these all are statistical functions. So you can find all the functions here. You just click more functions and then statistical function. You see here average is given, right? Median ke liye MEDIN, you will find here median also. This median. Just click median and select the range. Number 1. Select the range. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. And if you have individual series or discrete series or continuous series, depending on that, you will go for n by 2, n plus 1 by 2 and so on. But here, simply you will get the answer just by clicking the enter button and by inserting the, for mode is equals to mode, bracket start and select the range. Close the bracket, press enter. You will get the value of mode. जो ज़्यादा बार आ रहा है वो आपके mode की value है. You can see 23 and 23 and 23 and one more 23. Right? So this way you will get the response. Now minimum maximum value, as I already told you, is equals to max, bracket, select the range, close the bracket, enter. Minimum is equals to minimum. Select the bracket start, select the range, close the bracket, press enter. Now range. How to calculate range? What is the formula of range? Formula of range is maximum minus minimum. यही होता है formula range का. अगर आपको stats याद है तो. So what you will do? Is equals to, just simple, very simple. This minus this. Close the bracket, press enter. You will get the value of range. Right? So this is as simple as that. But you need not to do any kind of calculation here. Okay? So next is quartile, Q1. Q1 is quartile. Quartile means, okay, one thing you must keep in mind that median is also known as Q2. I hope you might be aware about this thing. So you can either apply the formula is equals to median and range, or 1, 2, 3 ke liye we have formula is equals to quartile. Start the bracket. Now see, word here written is array. Array means range. Select the range, comma, quat. Quat means which quartile you want to calculate. I want to calculate quartile 1. So comma 1, press enter. Right? In the same way, median is also known as Q2. What I will do is equals to quartile, bracket start, select the range, comma 2, bracket close, enter. See the response of median and Q2. I am applying different formulas in these two tabs. In these two rows. I have applied different formulas, but the result is same. For quartile 3 is equals to quantile, select the range, comma, 3, close the bracket, press enter. So this is your quantile. These you will get the values of quantiles here. Now come to interquartile range. What is the formula for interquartile range? It is Q3 minus Q1, right? So where I have Q3, I will put is equals to sign, start the bracket. This is my Q3 value minus this is my Q1 value. Close the bracket, press enter. I will get the response. Clear? Variance, simple, is equals to VAR. For variance, we have formula VAR. Or you can go to simple, go to
Hello, ma'am.
more
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Am I audible?
No, ma'am. From Brian's, we didn't get anything.
Okay, no, I will do that again because I got a message on my screen that there is some problem. I don't know. That's why I am inquiring from you. So when you click the word variance is equals to variance, you just put the bracket here and select the data, range of the data, and then close the bracket, press enter.
Ma'am, PPT is not visible.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Just a
It's
second.
okay, ma'am.
Just a second. Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I will do this function again. Just a second. I'll do this function again. So what you will do, you put sign of equals to VAR variance, bracket start, select the range, close the bracket, press enter. You will get the value of variance. Okay. Now for standard deviation, what you have to do? Another formula STDEV. Girls, it would be difficult for you to memorize these formulas because I'm using this from number of time. That's why I know these things. But you can easily get these formulas by clicking on this more functions and then statistical functions. You will get all formulas related to your stats here. Like this is STDEV. When you put your cursor here, you will get the description of this formula. Estimates the standard deviation based on sample. Okay, so you have to click this. So STDEV bracket, select the range and close the bracket, press enter. You will get this thing. Now you can see here these two columns. In these two columns, we have so many digits after point. Now, how you can change that? You want to take the values up to 2 decimals. So these see in the home tab, see on the top of your page, in the home tab, see here we have number, this number tab. If you will click this decrease decimal, you see, I will get this value. Up to 2 decimal you will get. And if you want to increase, you just select this and press this button and you will increase the value. As simple as that. Okay. So this is all about your descriptives, about the statistical functions which you can use during your project. Any query till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we can proceed. Next. Likert scale. Okay, this is my Likert scale. You can see, girls, whenever you collect the responses, I hope you all are aware about the Likert scale. Likert scale can be 5 point, 6 point, 7 point Likert scale. And whenever you want to collect the information, whenever you want to collect the data through, collect the responses through questionnaires, then you will use such kind of things. That are you satisfied with the workshop conducted by the department? strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. These are the responses which you will get. I think girl Harleen has posted that repeat quartile 2. Okay, but a post पहले कर दिया करो. Okay, I'll come back to the previous sheet. See, quartile 2. Quartile 2 is also known as median, right? Quartile 2 is also known as median. So the formula is equals to quartile bracket, select the range, comma, which quartile you want to calculate? Second, I will put 2. Then close the bracket and press enter. You will get the response of quartile 2. Okay, you will get the response of, you will get the result of quartile 2, and this value is same as that of median, because median is also known as quartile 2. Now I hope I am able to satisfy the query of who asked me? Harleen. If we want to calculate Q1, then we write 1. Yes, of course, Harleen. When we want to calculate quartile 1, then we write 1. If we want to calculate quartile 2, then we write 2. If we want to calculate quartile 3, then we write 3. Okay, fine. So we will proceed to next sheet. One message. Okay, fine. Thank you. Likert scale. So I was telling you that whenever you will get the responses, you will get the responses in these forms. Okay. So what you have to do, you can see here, I have not written any word neutral here. I have written strongly agree, agree, disagree, strongly disagree. Right. I have opted for these 4 options. I have not written neutral. I'll let you know why I have not written neutral in the next slide. So this is my responses. Now it's very difficult to calculate how many strongly agrees there, how many strongly disagrees there. Then how you will calculate? The simplest way is the command which I explained you in the frequency on the first sheet, where I calculated the information on the basis of demographic, right? The formula was is equal to count if. Simple. Count if is the formula used when you want to get the total of any category from the given data. Right. So this is the information I have. What I have to do, I have to, on the basis of this Likert scale, I will tell you how to arrange the data, how to sort the data, and how simply you can present that data in a pictorial form. Okay, fine. Let's proceed. So you can see here I have collected the data from 20 respondents. Right? 20 respondents are here. So they have given answer of first question. First respondent gave that the person is strongly agree to a particular statement. It can be any statement. Second is agree, third disagree, fourth strongly disagree, then strongly agree, and I have given different responses. This is all random data. I have not collected. I am just typed to clarify you the point. Okay, to explain you the point in detail. Okay. So from here, what you will do, first of all, as we know that this data is only for 20 respondents, but when we will go for analysis purpose, when we will go for research purpose, for the projects or dissertation, sometimes the respondents can be more. So what I will do, first of all, I will go for count command. This I have already told you, count n. How you can do that? Is equals to count. Okay, so I will do is equals to count, bracket start, select the range from B2 to B21, close the bracket, press enter. You will get, sorry, is equals to count B2 to B21. Okay, count. Okay. So see, what is the problem here? So because I have to calculate only the data of this cell, I will put the formula count A, only particular cell, right? So that's why I have write count A, B2 to B21. I will press enter. Okay, this is my first function. Now what will happen when you collect the data? Some of the respondent will not fill the information. So in that case, you can also find how many respondents have not filled, right? So in that case, what I will do, not answered responses, not answered, right? Not answered. So how you can calculate this is equals to count blank. See this formula, it already appears on the screen. Count blank, bracket, select the range, close the bracket, press enter. Now 0. Why 0? Because you will see that all the 20 respondents has responses, have given their responses for my particular statement. That's why non-answered means 0 respondent is there who has, no respondent is there who has given the incomplete information. Then total. Total here means is equals to bracket this plus this. Okay, sorry. Okay, I have to put the bracket sign here. Okay, you will get 20. Fine. So there are 20 respondents and all have filled given the response to a particular statement, and no respondent is there who has given the incomplete information. Okay, fine. Next, now the number of responses in different scale. What I will do, I will go for strongly agree. How many respondents have related to this? Is just the information of my first question, right? So is equals to count if. Count if. Spellings should be correct, otherwise Excel will not give you the desired response. Count if. Select the range, right? Okay, comma. Now criteria. If you remember the first slide, there I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here no 1, 2 is there. But we have written strongly agree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree. So what I will do, either I will type strongly agree. But make sure the spellings will be same. Otherwise, I will not get the response. See, 0. Now, why the response is 0? Because there are so many strongly agrees here. Because we have to put this in quotes. Quotes. Now press enter. You will get 11 responses. Okay? I will explain. I will tell you in detail again. Agree. So what I will do is equals to count if bracket. Select the range. Select the range. I have selected this range from B2 to B21, comma. Now next is agree. In inverted commas, wherever you are writing any text, you have to write that thing in inverted commas, because strongly agree. What the Excel will do, either it will not take both the terms collectively until you will not put them in inverted commas. Enter. Now 4 respondents are there who agrees with this first statement. Now disagree. Disagree is equals to count if bracket, select the range B2 to B21, okay, comma, inverted commas, disagree, inverted comma close, bracket close. Disagree. Okay, spellings, girls, see, disagree. Fine. Okay, now strongly disagree, right, is equals to count if bracket, select the range B2 is to B21, B2 is to B21, comma, inverted commas, strongly disagree, inverted comma close, bracket close, press enter, you will get 1. Now you can easily see here that we have only one respondent who says that that he or she is not he or she strongly disagree with this particular statement, and we will get the same results. Now you can also cross check this. How? By totaling the same. Total is equals to, select sum, bracket, and this bracket close, enter. The response will be of 20. Here we also have 20 respondents, and here we also have 20 respondents. Means the data is correct. The information given here is correct. Clear? So this way you can calculate this. Now if you want to calculate the percentage of this thing, now how you will do that? Strongly agree in percentage, right? Now how you will do that? What you will do, this is as simple as that. Put the sign is equals to, what is the formula of percentage if you want to get desired number of value in that particular column divided by total multiply by 100. This is the formula. So I will do that. Equals to, bracket start, 11 divided by this cell. I will select the cell. I will not select the value. I will select the cell. B28 divided by B32. Close the bracket. Into 100 kar dijiye, otherwise press enter. Now this is 55. But if you will do into 100, then the result will be 55%. So what I will do, I will click here this, see on the top of the tab, we have this number tab. Click on percentage, you will get 55%. Or simple, you by 100, whatever you want to do. Now agree is equals to this cell divided by, this is B29 divided by B32. Close the bracket. I have not started the bracket. And enter. You will get 2. Then disagree. Next cell is equals to bracket this divided by this cell. Close the bracket. Press enter. Same result because the frequency is same. Strongly disagree is equals to B31 divided by B32. Close the bracket, press enter. Okay, now I will select these 3 and press percentage. I will get the result. Now you can total these. This will give you 100% result. 55 plus 20 plus 20 plus 5. This will give you 100% result. Now again you can go for total. Is equals to, bracket start, select the range, close the bracket, press enter. Okay, this will not give you the result. Wait, just a second. I'll let you know. First of all, we have to convert it into simple numbers. Right? I'll go for percentage. Is equals to, bracket, select the cells, close, press enter. Why? B34 is equals to sum. I have not written, I think so that's why it is not accepting my command. See this, now select this, press percentage, you will get the result. Clear? This is my total, this is my total, and this is my total. Okay, so you will get 100% result here. Clear? Now what you have to do, we have to, now we get this information for all other questions also. What I will do, I will select these cells, right? I have selected these cells where I have got the responses. I will drag it to further. See, you will get the responses immediately. You need not to calculate the result for each and every column. Clear? See what I have done. You have applied the formula here. You have applied the formula here. You have applied the formula in all these cells. Clear? Now you want the responses for column C, column D, column E, and column F also. What you will do? You will put your cursor at the bottom of this where you have this square box and drag this to the desired response, to the desired column. You will get the results. Now you can click anywhere. See, I click here. What I will get? This is my formula bar. Count if E2 to E21 means this is my E column, and my responses starts from column E2 till E21, and next is strongly agree. This is the result for strongly agree. In the same way, we get the result for others. Okay, fine. So this is my result. Clear? So I will able to calculate all these things in a very simple way with the help of Excel formulas. Now next, what I want that these figures should be, I just want to add it in my project report. So what I will do, I will copy the first row. Let me tell you one thing. Okay, copy the first column, sorry. I will copy the first row. First row. I will copy this, or you can select these cells also. Clear? Copy, right click and copy. Or you can either go for Control C. Open a new sheet, right? Paste it here. But if I go for Control V, तो वो ऐसे ही paste कर देगा. वो ऐसे ही paste कर देगा. Simple जैसे मैंने उठाया. But I want to change my table. I want these in my column. So what I will do, I will click here on the first cell, click the right button. I'll go to paste special. I'll press paste special. I will go for values and transpose. Press this button transpose and click OK. You will see. You will get the results. Now I want to change the height of my row. So I can increase it to 20, let's say. So it will increase, right? So this is my result. So instead of respondent, I will write here questions. Okay, I will write here questions. I don't want this in bold form, so I will get it. Or I want this to increase the size. Whatever you want, you can do the changes accordingly, right? I go back to the previous sheet. So this is my basic information. This is my label, you can say, right? Now what you will do, select the data. Select this data. I just want the response, this percentage form. I just want this. Clear? I will copy this information, open new sheet, click on the next cell, right click the mouse button, click paste special, again values and transpose. I'll click OK. See, you will get the result. You will get the result. Okay, you can change the things according to your wish. Now this is my in percentage. So I want my data to be in percentage. So I press this percentage. Okay. If you want in your fraction form or decimal form, you can go for that. So this is my information. Now I want to put, I want to make a graph or histogram or a pie chart on the basis of this. So how to prepare the graph? Select the area, select the first thing and this. I just want to go for this. Okay. Or you can do this. You just select this, these four columns and 2 rows. You just, what you will do, you just go to select the area and then press insert. I want to take a pie chart. Okay, I'll press this. See, you will get the responses. Blue area shows strongly agree, right? Red area shows agree. Green shows disagree, and purple or mauve shows strongly agree. If you want to put percentage here, you can click this. You can change the style, whatever you want. You can change the color theme also, right? So this way you will get the information. Clear? Now, if you want the graph for next third statement, what you will do? You just click the first row and by pressing Control, you select the third statement. See, by pressing Control on your keyboard, press Control and select the third question. Go to Insert, go to Pie Chart. will get this figure. For the third statement, I want in percentage form. Clear? So this is the way. So this way you can get the data. You can make the graphs, make the frequencies with the help of. Clear? Now next we have is chi-square. Any problem till now, girls? Harsha, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, any problem till now? Any if students are responding, whether they are no, ma'am. Harshita is saying no, ma'am. Okay, fine.
No problem, I think.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you. So next is the chi-square. Now chi-square, this is very important tool which we used in our research projects. So in chi-square, what you will do? You will compare the brands. I have taken the example of car brands. Like I have taken 4 cars, right? BMW, Jaguar, Mercedes and Audi. I have taken the luxury cars. So what we have to do, we have to calculate the chi-square on the basis of this. I have taken the response from 20 respondents and I have taken the response about the preference of the brand. First respondent says he has, third was in favor of Mercedes and fourth in favor of Audi. And see, we have different responses for different brands, different car brands. So what we have to do, we have to calculate chi-square. Okay, this is my formula which I have already written here. This is my formula for chi-square. We all know this thing. So what we will do, how to calculate the chi-square, either with this formula, right, or with the simple other formula, which we can get from data analysis. But the information which we will get from data analysis will be somehow will show you the p-value, that level. Means when you will fix your hypothesis, what is null hypothesis and what is alternate hypothesis, only then you can use that analysis pack, because that will give you the p-value. Because it is said that if p-value is greater than alpha, then we accept the hypothesis, and when it is less than alpha, then we reject. But this is not required at your level. This you can do whenever you go for PhD thesis or for MPhil dissertation. Okay, so we go for this formula. First of all, we have to calculate the observed frequency. Now, how to calculate the observed frequency? Observed frequency. Now, you are not supposed to do anything. Everything will be done by the system. Everything will be done by the inbuilt formulas in the Excel for you. You are not supposed to do any kind of calculation. So what you will do, how to calculate the observed frequency? So I suppose I have to calculate is equals to count if. This is the most common formula used for calculating the frequency. Count if. Select the range, right? And select the ranges from B2 to B21. You will select the range. And criterion. Which criterion you want? I want to calculate for BMW. And BMW is my first preference, first rank. So I will select C2. Either you will go for comma 1 or you go click here C2. It's one and the same thing. Close the bracket, press enter. You will get that 3 respondents were given their favor, positive statement toward BMW. Means they were in the favor of. Next is equals to. Okay, you can also drag this thing. You can also get the things in a simpler way. My range is same. The only change is in C2, C3, C4 and C5. Means criteria will change. So what I will do? I will select this cell. When I will select this cell, you will select F4. Press F4. Now you can see the dollar sign will appear in this formula. Now what does this mean? This means that I have freezed the cells. I have freezed the cells means every time whenever you want the information, you will get the result. See, I will select this and by pointing my cursor here, I will drag it down. Simple. Now see, what is the formula for Jaguar? You can see in the formula bar, see here, count if B2 to B21. I have freeze these cells, so this will remain there. And next time I have not freeze C2. So by default, the system has taken C3. That is, you can see here it is highlighted by green borders. Yeah. Next, For 6, when I click here, oh, sorry. Okay. Now when I click here, I will get this formula. See, the range is from B2 to B21, which I have already freezed, and criterion is third. Third means I have given the third preference. I just want to know how many respondents were in the favor of Mercedes car. Simply just click enter, you will get the response. So this is the easiest way. By freezing the cells, you will get the responses. Again, the total, how to calculate total is equals to sum, bracket start, select these, close the bracket and press enter. 20 respondents are there. Clear? So this is my observed frequency, or I say this is my O, which I need in my formula. This is my observed frequency. Next step is to calculate the expected frequency. Okay, I can either go for wrap text. These are the basic functions. I hope you might be aware about these things. Expected frequency. So E, label it as E. This is my expected frequency. I will adjust the height of row and width of column as per my desire. Clear? So how to calculate the expected frequency? The expected frequency can be calculated simply by dividing it into, I have total number of 20. So what I will do, I will write here equals to, select this cell, put the bracket, select this cell, divide how many brands we have. We have 4 brands, so I divide it by 4. What I will get? 5. Now this is my expected frequency. जब भी हम डाटा भरवाते हैं, so what we will see कि हमें क्या चाहिए, हमें we just want कि हमारा, हम ये assume करके चलते हैं कि favor equal number of respondents will be there. This we will expect each and every time. So when we go we want to calculate the expected frequency, we will do that by pressing the equals to sign and starting with the bracket, select the total number of respondents I have and divide it by 4, or you can say, I will give you here, I can write here that total number. That will be more easier. Total N is 4. Okay. So total N is 4. I will do, what I will do, I will go for this cell. Enter. Clear? Now if I do freeze, I will go for freeze, F4 for freezing this, right? F4 for freezing this, and now I will drag it down. I will get the same response. Clear? So now my expected frequency is there, observed frequency is there. Next step is O minus E. O minus E. What to do? How to calculate O minus E? Is equal to bracket this cell minus this cell, close the bracket, press enter. This is -2. Now drag it down. You would get the responses for other cells also. Clear? Next, O minus E square. Now how to calculate square? How to calculate square? Simple. What you will do is equals to bracket start. We have to go for this square, close the bracket. Now you can see the button on your keyboard that there is a 6 number, a key with 6 number, and there is a open triangle on that 6 number key. So how to click that? Press shift and press 6. You will get this sign. I hope, let me zoom the screen. Wait, let me zoom the screen. Okay, see. Is equals to bracket, select this cell, close the bracket, shift and 6, you will get this sign, and press 2 means you want square of this. Clear? So when you want square of this, so you have to do Press shift and 6. Now press enter. You will get 4. As -2, square of -2 is 4. Drag it down, you will get the responses for other cells also. Clear? Next. O minus E square divided by E. Now this is equals to bracket O minus E square divided by, what is the value of E? 5. Close the bracket. Press enter. Drag it down, you will get the response. Clear? You will get the response. Now this total of this is equals to bracket sum. We want the total, sorry, sum, and I just want this. Close and enter. Now this is my value of chi-square. This is my value of chi-square, that is 2, which is, as per my formula, is O minus E square divided by E, and the summation of this. I have done the total of this, O minus E square divided by E, so I will get the value of chi-square. Now, if you are very much familiar with the Excel, and if you are comfortable in Excel, you can go with simple. You can go to simple one-step formula. Let me tell you that also. My formula is this. This is my formula. This is my formula. I'll go is equals to, start the bracket, observed minus expected, close the bracket, square of this divided by expected. Now you will get the same result. This is as simple as that. I showed you step by step, and this is my shortcut. Again, I will do it for you. Is equals to bracket, observed minus expected, close the bracket, shift and 6 को press करेंगे, 2 divided by expected. Again F3, press enter, simple, and drag the information down. You will get the result. So this way you will get the value of chi-square. Okay? So you have 2 in your value. Now if you go for data analysis, what we have to do that, instead of total n, you can write here total brands, so that to avoid the confusion, right? You can write here total n, okay, in order to avoid the confusion. Okay, if we go for data, then we have data analysis. When we click this data analysis, and if I go for chi-square, you can see okay, it's not there. Okay, it's in statistical formula. We can, when we want to calculate, it's in statistical formula. More functions, statistical functions, and you see here CHI-INV or CHI-TEST. We have to go for CHI-TEST, chi-test, right? So I will click is equals to chi-test, right? What I have to do? Actual range here means observed frequencies, right? Comma, expected range means expected frequency. Close this down. Now you will get different results. See, you will get 0.57. Now you can see that this value is not same with this value. Then how we can say which value is correct? So this is basically not the value of chi-square, right? This is the value of, this is a p-value, which will let you know whether you want to accept your hypothesis or whether you want to, whether you have to reject your hypothesis. Clear? And if p-value is greater than alpha, I'll let you know what is this, then you accept null hypothesis. And if p-value is less than alpha, then we reject null hypothesis. Now the question arises, what is null hypothesis? I'm not going into detail of these three. Harsh, can you please tell me whether they have done this concept or not?
Hello, students. Did you done this concept before?
Yes, ma'am, we have done it.
Ma'am, they had done it.
Okay, fine. So I am not going into detail of all these things, right? Because they have already done. Because this is a different topic from my my analysis. My presentation. This is altogether different. So I will get p-value here. So whenever we have to calculate, I will calculate the chi-square with the help of this p-value. For this, we need degree of freedom. Now, what is degree of freedom? Another column. Another point is there. What is degree of freedom? Degree of freedom is that what are the total number of independent, you can say, parameters that have freedom to be in the range, to be vary in the sample. Like I'll give you an example. You have a coin, right? If you toss a coin, either you will get a head or a tail. Clear? Now, if you will get a head, it is quite obvious that if you will suppose if you toss a coin and you want head, and in a first toss you will not get head, then what you will get? It is quite simple, you will get tail. Clear? So means by so here degree of freedom is 1 because n is 2, that is head or and tail. N is 2. We have two options, either head or tail. And if I want head or head nahi aaya, so simply by single toss, I will get the information that mujhe kya mila hai or kya nahi mila. So in this case, degree of freedom will be equals to 1. That is n minus 1. Right? So here also degree of freedom is n minus 1, which is equals to 3 because n is 4. I have taken this n4. Don't go to respondents. Don't go for respondents because they are altogether different. That n is different. I have written total brands. So here n is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So this is my degree of freedom, and this value is my p value. And on the basis of this, I will calculate the value of chi-square. So what I will do, here we have formula is equals to, जो आपने वहाँ पे chi-inv वाला देखा था, chi-inv, chiinv, bracket, probability means p value, comma, degree of freedom. What is my degree of freedom? Degree of freedom is 3. Either I have to change the number over here or I have to write here 3. So chi-square is 2. Now girls, you can see here that I will get the value of chi-square which is same with the value previously calculated. Right? So if you want to go for the inbuilt formulas of Excel, then you can go it by using p-value and degree of freedom. But as per our statistics, how we can do it manually, this way you will get the simple information. You just have to calculate the values and you will get the value of chi-square. Okay, any query till now? That this is the concept of chi-square from my side. Any query, girls? Ma'am, how expected frequency is y is equal? Beta, y is equal because we are expecting the things to be equal, right? So, like I'll give you an example. On Monday, you have started with your admission process, right? So, are you 100% sure if I call 1 to 50 students that they all will get admitted? No. So there are equal chances. If I tossed a coin, whether I will get a head or a tail. So there is equal chance. 1 by 2 is the probability. So in the same way, expected frequency here is also equal, right? There is equal chance of every, you can say, respondent to be selected, every brand to be selected by the respondents. So that's why it is equal. I have divided 20 by 4.
Okay,
Because
ma'am.
every brand, okay, fine. Any other query? Shall we proceed, Harsh?
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed.
Okay, fine. Next is correlation. So correlation here is correlation and regression. These are also very important tools which are used by the students till graduation. So here correlation in this, you have already done statistics. So I must assume that you are aware about the term what correlation is. So correlation is nothing. It is just to find the correlation between two variables. Like I have taken the example of hours studied and exam grade. The person who studied for 8 hours in a day, he will get 82% marks. Who will study for 11 hours, he will get 94% marks. So I just want to check whether there is any correlation between the two or not. So how I will do that, this is very simple. I have taken these 2 hours studied and exam grade and X and Y variables, simple. So nothing is there that you can take any other variables also. So what you will do, simple, is I will tell you as the simple formula, correlation. To calculate the correlation, this is equals to CORREL, right? Correl. Or you can go to formula tab, then more functions. Okay, I'll show you that also. Formula tab, more function, statistical functions, and we have correl. So I want to calculate correl. Clear? अगर तो याद है तो सीधा लिख लो, नहीं याद तो statistical functions में जाके आप कर सकते हैं. So यहाँ पे अगर आप देखिए, array 1 means range 1. Range 1 is this. Clear? Array 2, range 2. Range 2 is this. I want to calculate. So I'll simply click OK. I will get the result 0.8604. This is my value of correlation. Simple. Clear? Or you can go to data analysis. यहाँ से आप correlation select करेंगे. OK. Input range. What is your input range? So in that case, both the columns are selected. Now the option is whether you want to select the labels or not. If you want to select the labels, then you have to click this box. And if you are not selecting the labels, then you are not supposed to click this box. Now your data is arranged in columns, 2 columns, so grouped by column. अगर आप यहाँ पे row करोगे, then you will not get the response. Output range कहाँ पे करना है? I want my result here. It's H1. Just a second. Okay, I've selected this data. Output range is H1 and OK. So see, you will get the same response, right? 0.86 response. I'll change the color, it's dark. See, the value is quite same, right? It is 0.86, or you can increase or decrease the decimal values to as per your requirement. If you want it for 2 values, then you can click this button, right? You can go for any method. You can opt any method, whatever you want. Either you go to statistical function or you go to data analysis, right? This is simple correlation. This is very simple. I hope it is clear. I'll move further to regression. So regression. In regression, what we have? We have 2 things. One is independent variable and one is dependent variable. What does this mean? That independent variable shows how much change in dependent variable is there due to change in independent variable, right? How much, you can take the example, and you can take any example of dependent and independent. Increase in salary, does it have any effect on the consumption of individuals or not, right? So you can take it. So here, or you can take the example of speed and distance. So in that case, speed is your independent and distance is your dependent, because with the increase in speed, you will cover the distance in less time, and with the decrease in speed, you can cover the distance in more. You can cover more distance. So I have just simply written independent and dependent. Just these are just an imaginary figures. Nothing, no data has been collected for this. These are just imaginary figures to explain you the concept. So from here you can see that we have X as independent and Y as dependent variable. And in order to calculate the regression, what we will do, we will first go for scatter plot diagrams. So how we will do that? We will go to insert. See, we have an option of scatter. We click this scatter and we choose the first first chart. No issues, you can choose any chart. Now, if you have issues this, now select the data. Now, when you have select the data, select this, first of all, select this scatter plot, select the data, select data, this one, select data. I have selected this range. My range is already, just a second. Okay, I have selected this data. Then I go to add, press add. Now series name, I am not doing all these things. Now series X, see series X. Series X is my first column. This is my series X. Now series Y is my second column. Okay, I'll press OK. And then again press OK. You see this. I will get a scatter plot for my diagram. Now I want a linear line. This show. Now you can see here, this is my linear, this is my line, this is my linear series, and you can see there is very less variation in data. So up to some extent, my data is linear in form, linear in shape. Clear? You can change the layout also by clicking any of the chart from the layout section, this chart layout section. Okay? You go to design and you just have to click chart layout and you can change it accordingly. You can also change this x-axis. Okay, I will write here what is x-axis? This is my x variable. Oh, sorry, shit. I have to do it again by default. By mistake, I have deleted the data. Sorry, I'll do it again. No issues. I'll go to scatter, then select data. Now add x value. यहाँ पे हमारा 8 था. यहाँ पे मेरा 8 था, right? I'll select this. Select data. Add x values. This and y values. This. Okay. I'll click OK and OK. I can change this by going into design and I will choose any of the style which I want. I don't want this axis title here. I will write here X variable and here Y variable. I'll press enter. So I will get here X a variable and Y variable. You can also write dependent or independent, whatever you want to write. I don't want this. I don't like this. I will delete this. So you can make changes in the chart or graph according to your choice, according to your discretion. So now you can see here as it is tightly packed. You can increase the size of this also. See, as this is tightly packed, the values are tightly packed. So we can say that there is a positive relationship between the two. Means there is a positive relationship between the dependent variable and independent variable. Now this is my scatter plots. Now I have to get the regression lines. What I will get, we have two regression lines. Y is equals to A plus BX. एक हमारी ये line होती है, दूसरी होती है X is equals to A plus BY. These are two regression lines, but depending which is dependent and which is independent. Now here, which is dependent and which is independent? We have Y as dependent, so we go for first line. We will not go for second line, right? So I will go for Y is equals to A plus BX. Now how to calculate that? What I will do, I click on the chart. Click on this chart. Just simple. I just click on this chart. Go to layout. ये ऊपर आपकी layout की window है. Go to layout. Sorry. Now trend line. यहाँ पे आपका trend line है, right? More trend lines की option में आप जाएंगे. And you will choose कि आपकी trend line कैसे है. Now you can see here. आपकी linear trend line है. आपकी इनमें से you can see here. आपकी इनमें से जो line बनी हुई है वो linear वाली बनी हुई है. And by default the Excel will choose select this line also. Okay, I will choose select this line. Now next I will go to display equation on chart and display R-square value on chart. I want these two things. Clear? So I press close. Now see, this is my value. I will put it here. I will increase the size. Or you can, what you can do, you can remove these grid lines. These are somehow creating These are somehow creating distractions. Okay, see, right? See, this is my value. You can increase again, you can increase and decrease the size of this. Now y is equals to 2.4277x plus 65.072. Simply you will get these regression lines. Otherwise you have to go for various formulas when you do calculations manually. Like you have to calculate the value of x and y mean and x mean and y mean, and then x what, how to calculate y minus y mean, ये ऐसे लिखते हैं, इसको हम ब्रैकेट में करते हैं अगर आप अपना रिग्रेशन का फॉर्मूला कर रहे हो तो, इज इक्वल्स टू बी वाई एक्स माइनस एक्स मीन, यही फॉर्मूला आपका होता है. नो no 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 y minus y mean is equals to bxy. It varies, means you have to calculate the byx for this, right? So byx calculate करने के भी आपके अलग formulas होते हैं. Summation x here, it's not possible for me to write here summation how to write in this excel, so we have to copy that command from word. So you can calculate byx as summation x here divided by you can say y minus y mean. You have to calculate byx or bxy by different formulas. There are basically 3 formulas to calculate that, and it all depends upon whether you are going for which kind of series. तो उसकी बेसिस पे आप करते हुए यू आर गोइंग फॉर शॉर्टकट मेथड और विच मेथड, उसके बेसिस पे आप bxy और byx की कैलकुलेशंस करते हैं. So that is very tedious process. So, and it's not possible to write that formula here. That's why I'm not writing. Clear? So this is the way you can simply get the regression equation of y on x. Or another method is there. They just simply, as I told you in the case of correlation, you just data, go to data analysis, then click regression. Find out where the regression is. Oh, this is the value of regression. From here we can calculate the regression. Click OK. Now input range, because you should be very careful while filling the input range here, because first we have y range. So I will select this, which is dependent variable. Now x range, then select this as this. Now you want labels, you will click on this box labels only if you select these two cells also. अगर आपने ये select नहीं किए हैं तो आपको इसको mention करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Now you want output range. कहाँ पे चाहिए output range? I want the output range on same window. Okay, I will click here. I want output range in L, it's L2, and I will press OK. See, you will get the results. Now see the value of, what is my equation? Y is equals to a plus bx. See this, y is equals to a plus bx. This is my equation. Now the value of a is 2.427. This is my equation. This is my equation. This is the value of a, and here this is my value of a, 2.427, right? And 61.07. This is my another value for B. Sorry, this is my value of A, 61.072 and 61.072, and this is my value for B. So you will get the value of slope and intercept in the method by adopting any of these methods. Either you go to data analysis or you can go for scatter plot analysis. Fine. So any queries still in regression and correlation? So this is the last topic from my side. I know I have taken more time that was allotted to you, but I just want to cover maximum concepts so that I just want to ensure that the day was beneficial for you. Sunday use कर रहे हो तो अच्छे से use कर ले. हाँ जी. Any query till now?
Student, if you have any query, then you can ask, or even you can pour your question in the chat box. I think, ma'am, there is no query.
Okay. I have received the chat. Okay, okay, fine. Okay. No queries. Okay, fine, girls. Still, if you have any query when you go for hands-on training, when you practice this Excel, then definitely if the concepts are clear to you, then it's very much, I'm very much happy for that. But if you have any query, then you can contact Pooja ma'am, and she will call me, and I will definitely try to explain your queries, right?
Thank you so much,
That's
ma'am,
all
for
from my
such
side.
an
Huh? That's all
okay.
from my side. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, ma'am, for such an insightful session. Our student will definitely benefited from this engaging interaction. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Harsh. Okay, fine. Can I leave the meeting? Pooja ma'am is there? Harsh, can I leave the meeting?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.